In a world where updates can break other things, one man will read the patch notes and hope for a better future. Hello everyone and welcome to Ginger Prime. My name's Brian and we're going to go through patch update 1.0.5 as we usually do here on the channel. Guys, if you like these daily MMO news, updates, and opinions, be sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know if you do. That way I can welcome you to the channel. But as always, let's just go ahead and dive into it. You can check the links in the description if you want to go read these for yourself. Now the patch is going to roll out today. Looks like around 7 a.m. Pacific time, so that'd be 9 Central. And yeah, that's the timing of the patch. So let's go get into it. Greetings, adventurers. This week's update introduces more general changes and bug fixes. We'd like to thank you for your patience as our team continues to work on resolving these issues, and for your continued reports on our official forums. You can find a full list of the changes and fixes below. Now let's first go ahead and tackle the pesky coin sellers. As we know, many of you have seen pesky chat messages from players spamming, and we're continuing to investigate solutions to this issue. We've discovered that many of the coin sellers were creating new characters and transferring money to other accounts to combat this. We've banned the suspension of many of the reported accounts, and thank you for your reports for players spamming chat. I like that it says many. So anyway, we'll just keep, obviously, some people maybe, I wonder if it got reported maliciously. They added restrictions to prevent player-to-player trading and currency transfer from characters under level 10 for those accounts with less than 72 hours old, or those accounts with less than 72 hours old. Logging in after your account is 72 hours old will enable your ability to trade and transfer currency once you've hit level 10. Redistributed coin values from some of the early quests to later in the main storyline, and they kept the total amount of coins earned the same. They just delivered that at a later date. The trading post also is restricted until new characters accept the introduction to trading post quest in their first settlement. And they're going to still monitor the impact this has on bots and the health of the game to continue to adjust as necessary. Regarding some exploits, they fixed a bug where players were able to duplicate items via storage sheds and crafting stations. They fixed an issue with gold duplication on territory projects, and they introduced by disabling trading to make sure that it would not occur in the future should we need to disable trading again. For combat, life staff orb of protection, they removed the small area of effect that was triggering on pass-through from every hit of the base version of orb of protection. The AoE no longer triggers on pass-through from the Aegis upgrade. It will only trigger on impact against the enemy object now. So it just seems that it still exists, but it's been taken away from the pass-through effect in this case. They reduced the amount or the attribute respec cost by 60%. Thank you very much for that. They reduced the weapon mastery respec Azoth cost by 75%. That's actually really significant. I don't know if you guys have felt kind of that pressure, but my goodness, that was expensive. All right, they reduced the coin of the chisels by 20 to 50% depending on the tier. And to encourage completion of Outpost Rush, we've slightly reduced the coin and Azoth rewards for the losing team. We'll have to see if that has any real impact. We have surfaced the war conflict progress bars on the map and the faction board when there is an upcoming invasion. So as you can still gain war conflict for your faction. And the identical weapon equipping, they removed this. Players can no longer equip the same weapon on both item slots or weapon slots. We want each player or each weapon slot to have a different weapon type to open up that combat diversity. This change is also to address an issue which occurred when swapping between weapons of the same type. Group scaling passives, they fixed issues that could cause passive effects that scaled on the number of nearby foes, such as Bloodlust, the Great Axe, Against All Odds, the Hatchet, and Outnumbered, Warhammer, to apply incorrectly. The spell strike consistency, they fixed issues that caused several magic spells such as Ice Storm and Gravity Well to not hit consistently. Resilience, the item perk, they fixed an issue that caused this perk to reduce all damage instead of just damage from critical hits. Rip that perk. PvP flagging fixed an issue that allowed PvP and PvE players to heal one another. Outpost Rush, they fixed issues that was allowing players to get to the starting fort before the match starts. This is a fix in which they just run up a giant wall, and honestly to the point where I'm glad they fixed it, but it had me going like, what? Like, I guess everybody's got to do that now until they fix it, because otherwise you're just putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. Anyway, they will now prevent multiple players from interacting with the altar of Outpost Rush. This will prevent players from getting multiple summon tokens for 500 Azoth. They fixed the issue that sometimes caused the nameplates of the summon allies to appear hostile. They fixed an issue that was causing the battle bread, the food buff from Outpost Rush, to be twice as effective as intended. They updated the tooltip for battle bread and Monster Slayer Stew to properly describe the buffs they provided. They fixed issues that would cause players to become stuck in a teleport loop if they teleported out of Outpost Rush while using Unstuck. And now onto our general bug fixes. They fixed an issue that prevented some people from joining Outpost Rush because they had a pending group invite. Repair kits will no longer cost coin to use. That is, I can't explain to you how excited that is. It is so annoying when, like, all right, what is it? Like, what is the repair thing here? They fixed an issue that sometimes caused players to use the wrong consumable when using consumables from the inventory screen. They fixed various issues with invasions showing before the invasion was declared. They updated the missing English text for on login pop-up explaining house tax compensation. They fixed the issue allowing magic weapons to be animation cancel their primary attacks with weapon swap for targeted spells. This caused the rate of fire to be much faster than intended. They fixed an issue that caused the ice gauntlet upgrade in pylon dodge to only work immediately after you place the ice pylon. They fixed issues that could cause players to lose their house while offline during maintenance. In a future update, they will be reimbursing players who encountered this issue. The exact details around the reimbursement will be in the corresponding update notes. They fixed issues where enemy AI duplicating and stacking spawns during the quest Shivering Timbers. They fixed issues that allowed players to initiate a server transfer if they were in the tutorial. They fixed an issue causing the trading post to become unresponsive or delayed. They improved server performance when a large number of players congregate in settlements. They fixed an issue that caused some territory influence to not be properly recognized when lots of players turn in PvP missions simultaneously. They fixed issues causing some players' titles to show as unentitled or initialized. They fixed issues where players could become stuck when fishing with lag. They fixed the UI notification for landing in a hotspot while fishing. They fixed localization issues where the bonus crafting percentages for tools were displayed as 0% for non-English languages. They fixed the time of Europe to properly account for the change from CEST to CET. They fixed the issue preventing gear score from to increase past 589 from drop rewards. And speculative fixes, because this is the section in which they try to do something to see if it actually stops the issue. The fixes below are tentative and mitigations. The goal is to get these changes out and see if the issue persists. We can continue to work on them and address them in future updates if necessary. They implemented a change to help us dig into the timed out while waiting to server describe world issue, and they added a fix to reduce occurrences of this issue while we continue to investigate. Thank you all, and we'll see you in Eternum. That is the update notes. We've been getting these updates pretty consistently each week so far as they work to address the bugs, exploits, and issues. Each time so far has obviously added bugs, exploits, and issues. So we'll see here how the next week goes. If this is something that continues to have that level of impact. Hopefully not. I really hope for the team that they were able to get kind of a hold on this, get that stability in the update schedule and that confidence in their testing. But time will be the true teller. So hopefully you guys enjoy the patch. It should be going live right before or right after this video goes up. So hopefully you get something good out of this video. If you feel like I earned it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you do. That way I can welcome you officially to the channel. And if you already are a subscriber, you are smashingly magnificent. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free compliments at the end of these videos in this case. I appreciate you guys. I've got some other stuff I'm working on for you, so hopefully you look forward to that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. But until then, take care.
I just want to say I'm really glad you're feeling better, and I love the videos. Well, I love you too. Michelle? Shoot for the moon, and so even if you fail, you'll reach the stars. Go for the 100K subscribers.